You know, when I think of a boycott, I typically don't think of the mental scarring that I've had to go through over the last couple of weeks, seeing what we've seen with the Genshin Impact boycott. I typically think of things like the Bud Light boycott that was hammered down my throat all of last year by people like the Quartering and by Yellow Flash. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I would rather listen to Quarter Pounder talk about that for 5 to 10 more videos than actually see the drivel that is the Genshin boycott. However, I have decided that today we're going to go over the Genshin boycott. I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of it, what I personally think of it, some of the fallout that has come from it, especially from the VA side, and I'm going to give you my opinions on what I believe is going to happen. So really quickly, for some context, this boycott basically started a little over a month ago, maybe about closer to 2 months, but it basically started after the newest region of Genshin, Nadalan, was announced, and some people decided to start taking issue with the fact that the Archon, or the leader of the next area, and quite a few of the characters were not what they considered to be properly colored or skin toned. And right off the bat, something that I think that should be acknowledged, or at the very least talked about, is the thing that people need to understand with Genshin is Genshin does not take place on Earth. Genshin takes place in a fictional world, in another universe, in another time period, basically like Star Wars. So it's not in real life. There have been a couple of instances where you could infer that Genshin has taken inspiration from real world. I would say that at the very least, Leeway, which is the second area in the game, is definitely based off of China. Very based off of China, and probably the reason for that is because the game is made for China and Japan, but mostly China, because it is a China-owned or China-controlled company. But like, in my personal opinion, it really doesn't matter if it matches IRL, and I don't think a lot of people typically care about that. However, the individuals that enjoy Genshin are the kind of people that would take issue if the character for your area isn't as dark-skinned, or isn't as light-skinned, or isn't as skinned in general as you want them to be. So, when this all came out, this account, this Boycott Hoyoverse account, decided to come out and start making content. Now, chat, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I feel like this is just a rage bait account. I feel like these people are somewhat serious about their stuff, but the major flaw I see in this is that first off, they excuse me, they have this list here of things of doing and doting, things like review bombing the game, like and retweeting this post so that they can continue to engagement farm off of this, share posts from this account, share posts from other people that they choose. You know, and then for things that they don't do, they say not to put money into the game, not to participate in giveaways for the game, and not to interact with racist people, and not to and to not speak over indigenous people or BIPOC people. So, like, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't take any of this seriously. I don't take this account seriously. I don't take anybody that like actually takes this seriously. And the reason why I don't take it seriously is because the people that are boycotting this game, I have very quickly noticed, and a lot of people have also pointed out online, the one thing they have not suggested on this list, the one thing that people constantly say that they need to do is to just stop playing. Because when I think of a boycott, boycotting does not mean stopping the additional purchases of in-game content. I mean, that's definitely a big part of it. You shouldn't be, like, if you're boycotting a product, you probably shouldn't be putting money into it, but you should also not just be doing it in general. Now, I'm not a drinking person. However, when the Bud Light stuff was coming out, and I definitely didn't agree with a lot of the stuff that Bud Light was doing with some of their messaging, if I was a drinker, I definitely would not be participating, and I definitely would not be buying any of their product anymore. And I would agree that with any business that did things that I did not like, that I chose to boycott, I would just choose not to go there anymore. Hell, I don't even shop at Target anymore because I don't like how they target people and how they don't target people with some of their ads and shit. So that's a successful boycott, in my opinion. And, you know, it's a solo person, one person doing it. But, like, if you want to have an impact here, and I know I'm speaking to the wall because the people that run this account, the people that actually, like, are asking you to participate in this. They're going to continue to play the game. They're going to continue to play the game. Some of them are probably even still going to put money into the game. Some of them are probably going to sign the petition that they have here for this. But like the people that have decided that they want to make this their whole life, and trust me, I have seen plenty of accounts on Twitter, a lot of them with melons in their bio for some reason. I'm not quite sure what that means. I don't really get the melon thing here. Kind of a racist thing in my personal opinion. But like, they all seem to have echo the same message, that you need to have more diverse characters in your game, and you need to make it happen right now. And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, especially with the petition that they signed here. They signed a petition. It has 100,000 signatures on it, over 100,000 signatures on it, and I don't think that anything's going to happen with it. Because, let's be honest, petitions really don't work, in my personal opinion. Like, I remember when the Stellar Blade stuff was going on, you know, Grums had a petition thrown out there for people to sign. I don't think that really did anything. I don't think all it really did is allow people to kind of be stupid. But I don't believe that this petition is going to do anything. And what are they planning on doing with this petition? They're planning on giving it to cultural ambassadors. I don't know what a cultural ambassador is. In fact, I'm going to look it up right now so that I can tell you what a cultural ambassador is. Okay, I looked through Google. I really don't feel like I've been able to find a decent explanation for this. But the closest thing I could come up with is a cultural ambassador for these people is essentially just somebody that they can hand this petition to and say, hey, go tell Hoyoverse, the people that make our game for us, that we think that they're doing a bad job. With representing our culture that, again, isn't actually in the game. Like, the thing that bothers me the most is the game is fictional, and Genshin has said as much. In fact, when this whole thing first started, one of the things that people started doing was emailing Genshin, emailing Hoyoverse, and listing their discontent with the game. And one of the first things that people sent back was, it is a game of fiction, and you should not worry about it. And that's pretty much the most you're going to see. And in my personal opinion, if Genshin, or excuse me, if Hoyoverse makes any more statements on this, I will be surprised, because they don't need to make anything more. The thing that people need to remember is this game is made in a country that does not care about your cultural wants and your cultural needs. They care about their cultural wants and their cultural needs. And the game that you have, Genshin, Honkai Impact 3rd, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail, all of those games were not made for you. They were made for the people where the company resides. You, as a consumer in a Western country, have access to this game because they have decided that it is worth the time, the money, the resources to buy the VAs, which we're going to talk about, buy the localization that should be changed completely, buy all of this extra shit so that you can pay them more money. Don't get it twisted here. If they didn't think it was worth it, you would not get to play this game. There's a reason why some games never come to America and never come to the West, and it's because they don't believe it is worth it. Hell, we are just barely getting a Fate remake that is coming to the States now with a release, and it's just like, it's because it's worth it to them. They believe that it's worth it to start selling to people that will actually buy and enjoy their product. But like, you don't matter. How not only do you not matter, you don't make up enough money to actually complain. Again, the demographic for this just doesn't fit the West here, and so it's just like, yeah, it would be nicer if there were some more darker skinned characters in my Japanese games. Trust me, as somebody that appreciates people of all skin tones and sizes, I agree that that would be pretty cool. However, I don't believe that you can complain, because this game was not made for you. And I mentioned VAs because this whole thing has kind of gone beyond the scope of the fans here. Not only are the fans complaining about this, you now have at the very least one VA. I've heard that there are more, but I've seen at least one VA, Miss Courtney Lynn, who has done a bunch of different voice acting roles. She is one of many English voice actors that have been in Genshin. That, again, I don't think the game needs, and they should just get rid of it, because all the English voice acting is shit, in my personal opinion. But she is one of the few people that was voicing their support for this boycott. Very dumb, in my personal opinion. You should not voice support for a boycott for a game that you actively work for. I don't know personally what she voices in Genshin and ZZZ. I don't really care. But what I'm going to tell you is I don't think she works for them anymore, because she made this tweet where she says, jumping back on Twitter to say, your voices matter, and I'm so proud of our community for using theirs. Retweet, email, and speak up. Our community is strong. Heart emoji. And what happened not so long afterwards? Uh-oh. She was replaced. She was she was replaced. The characters that she voice acts are gone now. Well, not gone, but her voice lines are gone from the game. And it is probably because of this here that happened. And all I'm going to say, if you are an English voice actor in the world, or if you have aspirations to do voice acting, I know a lot of VTubers really want to get into the sphere of voice acting. Some of them are already in the sphere of voice acting. Don't do this. Don't do this. You're approaching a game that does not need you, and you are considered an extra expense that, in my personal opinion, does not make the return that they are probably seeking. And the only reason why you are still there is because they have money that they can waste in other places in order to afford you. So don't do this. Don't do this. Not only do you not do that, don't do what this person, this other voice actor has decided to say, saying that you are an effing loser that's going to... I love how this person here, they know that it is potentially a violation of Twitter/X's rules of terms of service here. So they have to, not only do they want to spell die, they have to, like, censor it, because they know that if they say that, it is a reportable offense, or a potential reportable offense. And so they know that they have to be very careful. Very funny when people do that, by the way. And in my personal opinion, if you're not willing to just be full-throated and say it out there, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Hey, look at that. So she would go ahead and say, fucking fight me, bro. Show me the money in your bank account. And you're gonna die alone, basically. And good for you. She's also, by the way, a voice actor for Genshin. She actually plays Sucrose here. That's really interesting. Oop, clicked on the wrong person here. She plays Sucrose. Wow, that's really crazy. Imagine if in the future Sucrose gets replaced because of this person's shit fit that they decided to throw over a video game, and the fact that her friend got replaced because her friend also threw a fit that she should not have been throwing. And I have to laugh. I have to laugh because, like, you know, we live in a world where AI is becoming a very massive tool, and maybe this is where I could end off my video on this, where I just kind of say AI is a pretty massive tool now. I'm not the biggest fan of AI. I think AI should have been the last resort for a lot of different things that people are deciding to be creative with. However, I think a big problem that we're having is AI is replacing a whole lot of things because we have issues like this. We have individuals in the voice acting sphere that are acting like pariahs, that are going to continue to have these fits. And guess what? Nobody will hire you. Nobody will care. I say the same thing with the localization stuff as well. Nobody's going to hire people that don't know how to translate properly. If you just keep putting yeet in my anime or my manga, they're gonna replace you. And guess what? The robot will do it 10 times better than you and be 10 times faster than you. So, I am not one to advocate for AI. I think that AI is a very sad thing that we have now, but we have it, and it has only, in my opinion, accelerated as fast and as hard as it is because we have people like this. We have people that are just going to go around and act like asshats to people that they should understand is their customer. Because don't get it twisted. To all these voice actors and these localizers and these people, I am your customer. And all of the people that you are yelling at and saying that they should go die in a pit are your customer. And you are telling them that you don't like them. And guess what? Your boss does like them. Genshin, Hoyoverse, they do like them. And they do like their money. And they will prioritize them over you. But maybe I'm just stupid, you know. I am the one that yells a whole lot here, but maybe I'm stupid. Tell me down in the comments what you think. Are you joining the boycott? Do you think that the boycott is a good idea? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe these voice actors are in the right and I should just shut my mouth, you know. I am just Italian. I'm not really a person of heritage descent here. So, you know, maybe I just need to hold my tongue, I guess. But you tell me what you think down below. I feel like this whole boycott is absolutely stupid. I think that the people that are acting in it are not going to get anything done and not get what they want. And they're just going to be, at the most, rebuffed and reminded that Genshin is a work of fiction. And because it is a work of fiction, they can do whatever the heck they want. Anyway, thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like. A subscription is always much appreciated. You can go check out any of the other videos I have as well on this channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.